People ask me, what's the secret to my success? I always talk about it's failure. And, for every large failure in my life, it's been the S curve of my growth. And when I was in B school, right, I went back to University of Chicago. It was the low point of my life. I had just gotten divorced from my first husband. It was a violent marriage. I was I was estranged from my family. I was alone. And so I came back to University of Chicago. This was going to be my rebirth. I was going to conquer the world, reposition myself as something that was positive. So I take my first course, and, the course is a case study course. Now, I'd never taken one of these before. And like a normal Desi, you always think there's a perfect answer to everything, 3.292. You never think a case study is not about the answer. It's about how you think about a business problem. Well, I had a professor who really wasn't that conducive to helping me through this journey, whatever. And I kept getting Fs in every single case that I submitted. It was killing me. And so one day I'm on the phone with a friend of mine, and we're going through this. She's at a different business school, and she's like, "Oh, I can help you out. This next case that you got, I've got my notes. I'll send it to you, whatever." So I help. She gives me the notes. I read through hers, and I put together the next case study. Next day I got a call from the professor saying, "I need to see you." And I'm thinking, I must have done great. So I show up, and the guy's like, "Yeah, in 2 days you're meeting the dean because we're starting proceedings against you to expel you from the university for violating the honor code." I was like, "What are you talking about?" It turns out that my friend had sent me the answer key to the case, which she didn't know and I didn't know. So I show up to the dean's office 2 days later, and the dean says to me, "Okay, give me your side of the story." So I told him. And he sat back and he said, "Okay, listen, I'm going to ask you one question, and based on that, I'm going to decide whether to expel you or not." I was like, "Okay." And he said, "What did you learn from this?" And I thought that was a really good question. And I sat back and I said, this was the first moment in my life I realized there's a difference about being right and doing what is right. And it was a profound thought. And this guy was like, "Good answer." He's like, "I'm not going to expel you, but I can't stop you from failing this course. So, the finals were at 70% of the grade. Good luck." So sure enough, 3 days later, I show up for the final, and it's another freaking case. And I'm like, okay, I have no idea what I'm doing. But for the first time in my life, I actually sat down and I said, you know what? I'm just going to write down what I think is right. Mm-hmm. And so I did. And the exam's over. The results come out. I got the highest score in the class.
Wow.
And it was at that moment that I realized it isn't about being perfect. It isn't about thinking you need to know everything or be the best. It's about just being you and using what you have. And when you have that confidence in yourself, anything is possible. And it's funny, the last piece of the story is just a few months ago, I was back at the University of Chicago, and I met this dean after many, 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 many years. And I reminded him of the story, and he said, "I've never forgotten." He's still there. It's Dean Harry Davis, and the man changed my life.